Why am I doing it this way? It needs to be here. The film Doctor.
All right, G.I. Jane. The film.
You know that. And
we are back in the attic.
I don't even get a chance to say shit. Okay. Mr. Kennedy!
That's kind of
Kennedy!
That's kind of what I was going for there, so you caught on. I like it. Welcome back to the attic, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have another film to dissect for you. Alice, coming to us from Michael's Voodoo. Was this in theaters before? I guess it was in theaters, but we didn't see it in theaters.
I don't think it was. I've never heard of it.
So, I guess you can buy this wherever you can get video on demand. So
without further ado, let's jump right into our movie review. Did I put a B in review?
Yes,
review.
you did.
All right, let's jump right into it.
See what you're reading.
Alice.
Yeah.
Go
Since
ahead.
you already gave your grade. Since you already gave your grade, go ahead.
No, because you've been talking shit for the last few days on it.
Since you already gave your grade, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Listen, the doctor gave you one of these heart-healthy squeeze things so that while you're talking during your review, I can calm myself down.
So you have blue balls in your hand. Got it. All right. So anyway, I'll go ahead and do my review.
Calm myself down from this BS you about to talk about. So go right ahead, Michael.
I think that it's a interesting film. I would say that because I want to say unique, it is a unique film, but then I also think about Antebellum, and I say, well, are those really the same comparisons? I didn't hate it. I liked it. It was interesting to kind of watch and see how things were going to play out. I don't think the acting was Oscar winning. Nothing with the music kind of like blew my mind. I mean, cinematography, it was what it was. I don't really ever dig those slave kind of movies, especially when it kind of burrows away from the realism of the slavery times. Like if this was something that I think was, I don't want to say it's even possible. Like maybe it is possible, but it did have its unbelievability to it in some aspect. I'm trying to be careful in terms of saying what happened and give away anything, because I feel like if anybody does go to see this movie, that I'd rather it be something that you're brand new to, like I was. Like I had a gist of what it was about, but in the same point, I kind of went in there blindfolded. So I really don't have much to say about it because I really want to hear what you have to say. So I'm just going to go ahead and give my grade for it. C+. Blue balls. Can you do your thing, please? Thank you.
Alice, or should I say Antebellum Part 2? Yeah, so let's just go ahead and break this down from a technical point before I rant about what I really want to rant about. And my rant will not detract from my grade. All the other things that I'm about to say will detract from my grade. Let's start with the story. This story is not unique at all. In fact, we saw a film 2 years ago called Antebellum, which we also didn't like.
I comment. I mean, I would have to go back and watch it, but I think that's on Vanguard, so I doubt I will.
No.
But I said that Antebellum was a decent, interesting concept.
Yeah, you said it was an interesting concept. That's about it. That was as nice as you were in that review.
I'll have to go back and look, but go ahead.
Yeah, you go back and remember your words. Anywho, yeah, so we already got Antebellum, so we didn't need Antebellum Part 2. There was no need for this movie to even be made. Let's talk about the story, shall we? The story is silly. It's an exact carbon copy. There are some plot holes in the story. Again, I'm not spoiling the movie for you all, but there's some plot holes in the story as well. Acting, did anybody stand out? No. I know someone who didn't stand out.
The acting was Common. Get it?
I know somebody who did stand out. I know somebody whose acting was beneath Common, and that was Common. He was terrible in this. Absolutely awful.
Terrible? That's what you're going with?
He was terrible in this. I've seen him do it because I've seen him in good movies. What was that movie that we watched with the ladies who were in Hell's Kitchen, New York? I think it was called The Kitchen. He was in that with Tiffany Haddish.
The Kitchen was good? He wasn't even in The Kitchen, I don't think.
He was. It was Tiffany Haddish. He was Tiffany Haddish's boyfriend in that.
Hey, Google, give me The Kitchen's cast.
He was in that. I think, but it was the show it was the movie with Tiffany Haddish, and they were in Hell's Kitchen. He was in that. He was pretty good in that. He's been good. I thought he was good in Just Right. You know, he's been in some decent movies for me. This was his worst acting job he's ever done.
You know, the fact that you get, have you ever heard of this game? Shut up. Okay, you're smiling a little too hard. There's this game called like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon or something like that. 7 Degrees, where you like name a movie. And then they have to name a person off of that, and then that was in that movie that's not that person or something like that. Have you ever heard of it?
Sure. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Well, anyway, I was going to say that you're good at, because everyone's like probably watching this like, what the fuck is he talking about? What does it have to do with anything? But anyway, you would be good at that game because you were able to accurately name a person from that movie. Yes, Common was in it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Like I was saying. Anywho. This is his worst performance. Keke Palmer was okay. She didn't add to the film. I don't think this. No.
She did good.
He was okay.
If we talk about good acting, Keke Palmer. First of all, I don't even know who that is, but she did. I don't even know who she is. She sounds like a singer. Is she a singer?
No, she was a children's actress that was on Nickelodeon for a while. Akilah and the Bee, have you seen that? That's how she really got famous. That's a movie about a spelling bee, and she was Akilah in that. Keke Palmer, she was in a movie with Ice Cube. What is that called? It was a movie about football, about the first girl quarterback at Pop Mart. She was in that movie too.
Ruby? Is it called Ruby?
No, it's not Rudy. Ice Cube was not in Rudy.
I said Ruby, not Rudy.
It's like The Long Shot or something. It's some long name.
There is a movie called. I'll just look it up. Keep going with your review.
But anywho, yeah, Keke Palmer was okay in this. I don't think the script did her any favors. But she did the best that she could. She was all right in this. The slave owner was, just stereotypical. How hard was it to really play that part?
Which, by the way, sorry to cut you off, she's going to be in the movie Nope with Jordan Peele's movie. And the movie that
she'll probably be better in that. She'll probably be better in that one because the script won't be holding her down.
The movie you're talking about is called The Long Shots.
Yeah. See, look at me. I'm on it today.
Somebody did their Wikipedia Googling before they got on here.
Yeah. So, I mean, music. There's nothing that stood out to me. There's nothing that I remember about the music. Did it detract from the movie for me? No. I just remember being so mad at the story and Common's acting. Common's acting that I just.
To me, it was like a Antebellum and with a mix of a Shaft or what's it, Jackie Brown maybe?
It's supposed to be like those black exploitation. It's Antebellum with those black exploitation films like Foxy Brown and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I got from it. So that's why I say it's.
But it's worse than the combination of both of those things. Like it succeeds on neither point.
No.
And the reason I say that is because this is a revenge story, and her revenge at the end is wholly unsatisfying.
Well,
all the stuff she could have did to that man.
Spoiled it that she has revenge. Like that spoils it.
Okay, well, anywho.
You're the king of spoiling stuff on this show.
Anywho, the ending was not satisfying at all. And it's just subpar for the things that it tries to attach. I mean, cinematography, there's nothing to talk about here. I'm just going to be honest. This film was not good. It was a waste of my time.
You're an asshole.
Don't let it be a waste of your time. You could go on through life having never seen this film, and you'll be okay. I'm gonna give this film exactly what it deserves, and that's a D-.
D-? Is that what you said?
This movie, I need to look and see if this was straight to DVD, because
oh my god,
it deserved to be straight to DVD, and that's the grade it's gonna get, a D.
So you can see, everyone that's watching, that this is the difference between good cop and bad cop, or as I like to call it, good cop and asshole cop, because it's not a D, it's not that bad.
Terrible.
So you're telling me you didn't enjoy something like you could sit down and you were in tune with watching it?
No.
Okay.
As Sir Charles Barkley would say, terrible. And also the slave narrative, I knew you were gonna say something about that when you brought this up to me to watch. So I'm like, let me put that to the side. Let me just sit here.
You hate slave movies, those slave narrative movies. You hate them. So
do.
that's already against the film for you to give it that D.
No. Because when I watched this, when you brought this up to me, you were like, I'll put Alice on my Voodoo, go ahead and watch it or whatever. So I was like, okay, let me watch this, and I read what it was about, and I'm like, okay. Mike was going to say, I'm leeching my opinion in with my hate of slave narrative.
You are.
Let me set that to the side and just do the review.
But you didn't.
Just do the review based on... I haven't even brought that up at all. I did my whole review based on technical points of the film. Now I'm going to say the slave narrative is tired, Hollywood. We don't need another slave film. Okay?
You've said the same things in some of these other movies about how the acting, blah, 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 and you've given it better grades than what you've given this one. And that's how I know that you're holding against...
I said the acting was terrible in this, and I said Keke Palmer was the only okay one.
You said Common was terrible.
I'm not giving anything a higher... I'm giving stuff lower grades with better acting.
Were there other actors that really were important? It was really just Common and her.
And Common sucked.
And that's what you're going based on.
He sucked. Yes, he was. You said he was important, and he was terrible.
I didn't say he was important. I didn't say anything about Common. I said the movie was
awful, and Keke Palmer wasn't good. She wasn't great. She was alright.
All right, and what I'm saying is you've said that about many of films that have gotten C's and B's.
Okay, but the story is also another part which brings this all the way down. The ending wasn't satisfying. The points they used, even though this wasn't unique, okay, I'm taking points off for not uniqueness. It can redeem itself if the story is good. They tried to mash two things together, and they successfully didn't either. This was not a good movie, period.
Listen here, asshole Andy. If I go back and I look at your review for Antebellum and you give it anything less than a D, whatever you gave it, D-, if you gave it a C,
Antebellum was better than this film.
Okay, and so that's all we have today, folks, for Filmatic. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell, do all that jazz. Maybe send us some smoke signals. Tie a little note to a pigeon's leg, send it on its way. Put a message inside of a bottle, throw it inside the water, let it reach our shows. That's because we have multiple shows that you can check out on Bowie Films. Anyway, and as always, this has been another exciting episode of Filmatic. You're always late. I hate you. Bye-bye.